Good morning, ladies. Hope everybody had a good weekend. All right, so you can see we're back towards the living room. I tried to set up this morning in the kitchen again, and yeah, the window's just still too bright. I'm going to need to get a curtain if I want to sit there. So I kind of just scrambled and moved everything back over here real quick. So we are going to go over the full moon tonight. So the full moon only actually lasts about a minute, but obviously, it looked pretty full last night. It'll look pretty full for the next couple of nights, but the full moon itself actually only lasts for about a minute. So I believe by my phone last night it told me it was going to be at 10:53. So if you want to catch a picture of the actual real full moon, you can sneak out around 10:53 and try to get a picture of that. If you do, please post it. I'd be interested to see it. It's always different to see it from different people's different perspectives. So please share if you take a picture of the full moon. I'm going to try to get my picture, but my camera never gets them good. My husband's does much better, so maybe I'll steal his picture. So full moon. So we haven't gone through a full moon since I've started doing my lives. And so there is a lot around full moon magic. There's a lot of different rituals you can do around the full moon and stuff. But really today, because this is the first full moon that we've had together, I really wanted to just kind of go over the real simple basics of a full moon. And I'm sure some of you are going to be like, I already know this. So I just really want to, just, go over the basics of everything for it. So, to really understand, the meaning of the full moon, thanks, Wendy, it's new. Speaking of that, what do you think of the lipstick? It's new too. It's, from Younique, another one of the products that I sell. And it's called Spellbound. So I thought it was kind of cool, seeing as we're going into Samhain, to try one called Spellbound. So what do you think about that? I don't know. Might be a little too dark. Full moon. So to understand the full moon, you really need to understand astrology. And that's going to kind of be really hard to get into in one live. So, we're going to kind of have to just skip over some of that part and come back to it. And so again, I kind of apologize if it might feel like we're kind of skipping around a little bit, but I'm really trying to give you what I feel is the most important in the half an hour that I can give you. And so in this live, you're going to actually hear me say probably 3 or 4 times, we're going to have to come back to this because there's a lot to cover in this one. And there's just no way I can go into detail about all these different things in the time frame that I have allotted. So to really grasp the significance of the full moon, we'd really have to delve into astrology and astronomy, and we will do that. So again, we'll have another live on that. So a base knowledge is really what I'm going to cover today, just to get the meaning of the full moon for tonight. Real simple basic stuff. So the moon phase has 3 astral masses. So that is the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon, which I'm sure all of you have heard of all of those things. So that's probably not anything new that I'm telling you. So just to go over real quick, the Earth orbits on an axis for 360 degrees. And that would be our day, so 24 hours. So then the Earth orbits around. And then the Earth orbits the Sun. So now we have the Sun and the Earth is going to go around it. And so that is our seasons. So yeah, I think it is a little dark. And then the Moon orbits the Earth, making the cycles every 29 and a half days. So those are the cycles of how everything comes about. So we have the Earth rotating on its axis for day and night. We have the Earth accessing or orbiting the Sun, which gives us our seasons. And then we have the moon orbits the earth, which makes our time of the month. So the month goes around, and it's about a 29.5 day. Our calendar, we usually have 30 or 31 days. And I guess that's why they throw February as a short month, is to kind of set it all back. I don't know why they just didn't go with the way it was supposed to go, but somebody planning the calendar decided that was a better idea, so I don't know why. So, pretty simple, right? So, the moon diagram, which I will post a picture of for you, and it's kind of a little weird. So there are a couple of different types of moon, and the diagram is, I haven't fully grasped what they mean when they say this, so I'm probably going to have to read it a couple of times. But to actually understand the diagram, it says you have to turn around as viewing it from the earth, which I don't get, because if you're holding the picture up and you're standing here, the diagram, and you would be like you were looking at it from earth. So I'm not quite sure what they mean by that for this particular diagram. So I'm going to try to research that and post maybe some more information on why that's stated that way. But we have a waxing crescent, which is the first quarter, and then we have a waxing gibbous. So there's a couple of different things in there for the different phases of the moon, and you'll see all of that in the chart. So those are when the shadow is facing the sun. And then again, it's telling me that you have to reverse the chart, but I'm not really sure why it means that. So I apologize for that. I tried to figure it out last night. I read it over and over again. I'm like, I don't get it. If you're holding the picture up like you were looking at the moon, and you're standing here like you were standing on Earth, why would you need to reverse anything? But I don't know. Somebody figured that out smarter than me. So anyway, moving on. The each phase resonates with some sort of energy. So each moon cycles through our zodiacs, basically. So each moon goes into a different thing. So I believe right now, when we had the last full moon, it put it into Pisces, and I will double check this and post if I am incorrect. But the new moon, I believe, is going to be putting us into Aries. And so all of those, again, once we delve into astrology and we have more meanings for what those signs mean and how those signs are related to different energies and things of that sort, you'll understand why certain rituals and certain things are done on each certain moon. So it is all going to connect for you at some point. I just can't get it all in it today. So a couple of the other positions is an eclipse, and then obviously the full moon and the new moon. So the full moon is on the far side of the earth, and the new moon is when it's closest to the sun. Okay, that's pretty scientific. There's not much interpretation for that. It is what it is. And when the earth and the sun and the moon perfectly line up, that's called an eclipse. So pretty much when they go around, they do cross paths, but there's really not very often that they actually line up perfectly. A lot of time they're off by a few degrees, so you don't get a full eclipse. So we only do get a full eclipse a couple of times. So a solar eclipse can only happen during a new moon, and a lunar eclipse can only happen during a full moon. And again, this is all, everything spinning. If I had the big planetary things and spinning around, I could show you how all that works. I don't have one of those models, but again, it's just pretty straightforward. It's science. This is not my opinion. This is just how it works. Okay, so now moving into full moon magic through astrology. So again, astrology has 12 houses of the zodiac, and your sign is your sun sign. And again, we're going to go into sun sign, moon sign, all of that stuff when we get into doing the astrology part of it. So again, you know, just to let you know that each full moon is shifting from one zodiac into another zodiac, which just kind of means it's shifting into a different kind of energy. And again, the zodiacs and the energies just kind of, they all coincide. And I watched an amazing video last night that put it into a completely different perspective for me. I am going to probably watch that video several more times. And then when I really, really feel like I have a good grasp on it, I'm going to try to explain it all to you. But I just really, like, you know, when I'm learning something, I may make mistakes. I may tell you something incorrectly, but I'm really trying not to do that. And this chart was a pretty simple chart as far as drawing it out, but to explain it all to you was pretty intense. It totally changed a lot of ways that I think of the moon and the sun and the planet and the plants and energies in our bodies, and it was just really awesome. So that is going to be coming up. I just don't know when yet. All right. So the full moon transitions through the 12 different signs. And so the moon magic and the zodiac signs and the full moons all, you know, do have a purpose of what rituals we do at what time. I didn't get into a ritual for tonight because like I said, this was our first full moon, and I really just wanted to kind of really go over this basics. And I know I'm kind of throwing a lot at you really fast. And but when we do another full moon, which is every month, we'll go back and stuff. So you know, and obviously this video is going to be up there. I'm not taking any of the videos down. So if you ever need to just go back and rewatch them, you can certainly do that as well. So when we work with a full moon energy, we're working with receiving the manifestation. So if you remember when we talked about the new moon, we talked about setting our intentions. And so that is, you know, setting the manifestation, setting the intention, you know, the visualization of it. So we were setting a goal. And so now the full moon is to just receive that manifestation. You know, just to see, you know, how it went, and, you know, maybe different things. And people will say, I set an intention on the new moon and it's the full moon and it didn't come true. Well, just because you set a manifestation, there is a lot of other things that go into that. You can't just set it and then be like, I'm done, I did my part. No, there's still work to be done all the time. Like one of mine was to be more present, and I have to work on that every single day. I can't just say on the new moon I set my intention and then be like a month later or a couple days later, I was like, oh, well, it didn't come true. I'm still not very good at being present. So you still have to do the work. You just have to, I think the new moon is just a good time to sit back, reflect, and you know, set your attention for what you want to come. And so the new moon, the full moon, is just to kind of, you know, give thanks for the manifestation, the intention, and kind of, you know, again, you're going to reevaluate because in a matter of a couple weeks, you didn't change your whole life. And depending on what your intention was, if you set like an intention that's like, I want to change everything, it didn't happen in a couple of weeks. So, you know, for the new moon and setting an intention, you know, I usually try to tell people to not go in it with like, I'm going to change everything about me, because that's just too hard. So pick one thing. So I really picked on being present, and that was really what I wanted to focus on. And so that's what I've been working on these last few weeks. Now, I know there's other things I need to work on, and there's going to be a new moon the next month and a new moon the next month. And so I can pick something, or I may feel that I still need to just keep setting the same intention for a little while. Might take me a little bit longer to get something, you know, changed for myself. They say 21 days, and I don't know if that's really true. Because of the so many distractions that we have nowadays, I don't know if really saying 21 days is a realistic amount of time for a goal, unless like you really just have nothing else to focus on, and that's all you're going to focus on for 21 days. But most of us do not have that luxury. So don't freak out, don't get upset, don't give up if you say, well, it's the full moon and my intention didn't come about. We're going to just keep working on them. So there's no really right or wrong answer. There's no like, oh, I set my clock and I should be perfect now. So bear with me on that, okay? So like I said earlier, the moon only lasts, the full moon only lasts about actually 24 hours, 1 minute. Sorry, 1 minute. But when you're doing a ritual and setting your intention, as far as those who choose to believe in the magic side of it, we say you have 24 hours before the full moon and 24 hours after the full moon to perform your ritual. So you have a 48-hour window to do that. The energies of the moon are, even though we can't see it and things of that sort, it's there. You just have to believe it's there. So if you are doing a ritual, or for say in next month, maybe in my live, I'm going to go over a ritual with you and you're going to be like, well, I don't have those tools or I don't have those things. First of all, you don't have to have tools to do a full moon or a new moon ritual. They are just there to aid and guide. I mean, you can build a house with a rock, but a hammer makes it a lot easier. So just think of it that way. You don't need the tool, but the tools are going to just be there to kind of help you. So if I ever post anything for a ritual, for a toolkit, don't feel like you have to buy it. Don't feel like if you didn't buy it, you can't do the ritual. That's not the case. All you need for the ritual is the moon and you. That's it. Again, so talking about the tools, and I'm kind of jumping ahead of my own notes, I guess. So if you're going to work with the tools, they are going to certainly help you. And so when I say tools, they're what we call the metaphysical tools. And so we'll go over all of that again in each. I'll have probably a live about all these different things. That's a good thing is I'm going to have plenty of things to talk about for a long time, just because there's so many things we can break down to more levels. But your metaphysical tools are going to be tools that are going to help you with your rituals. They're going to be tools that are going to help you align your chakra. They're going to be tools that are going to help you express your gratitude. And so those tools are going to be your essential oils, which can, as we talked about, can come in all different forms. You can use your essential oils as a topical. You can use them internally, which I don't recommend, but lots of people do it, and lots of people are perfectly fine with doing it. I don't recommend it. But everybody's their own person, and they can try it if they want. So essential oils, you can topical, ingested, or aromatherapy. Couldn't spit that out. So, and again, each one of those things can be broke down to a lot of different things. So when we say it can be used as a topical, you can buy your oils and just put them on your skin. Again, I don't recommend that. You can put them in a lotion. You can put them in a carrier oil. You can put them in perfumes. You can do, it's endless. So I'm just breaking down the real basics. So you're going to have oils, your candles. And again, I did put up an album on there for the colored candles. But again, if you don't have colored candles, just go with a white candle. A white candle is perfectly fine. Your gems and your crystals. And again, if you don't have a gem or a crystal, that's perfectly fine. If, per se, I tell you that we're going to use a certain crystal for healing, and you have a crystal that's for healing, that's not the stone that I'm using, you can certainly, swap that out. Different crystals definitely call to different people. So my collection is not going to look like your collection. And that's okay. I have a lot of the blue stones. One of my signs is a water sign, and so I'm just drawn to the blue stones. And again, we'll go into all that. The other thing is, for your tools is your incense. So your smudges, your incense, the charcoal things that we used. You can use the herbs and things of that sort. So those are the tools that we have. And so I know that was a lot and it was really quick, and I tried not to leave anything out. I know we didn't actually go over any moon magic for today. I am going to have the link up there, if I don't already, for Athena's full moon ritual tonight. I believe it for Eastern time it's going to be 9 o'clock. So if you can watch that. If you can't, like I said, you have 48 hours. And so she has all of her videos that are free on YouTube. So if you go onto YouTube and set up an account and just do a search, Sage Goddess, you will see her videos. And so if you can't watch it tonight at 9 o'clock, you can go on anytime after 9 o'clock. Well, it'll be actually probably about 11 o'clock. So by the time we go through the live and then it gets posted, so anytime after that, you can go back and watch it. And I usually like to do that anyway. I like to watch it during when she does the live, just because she does sometimes give away stuff, which is always good. If you can try to get some free perfume, free crystals, something like that. But she goes over the tools, and I can sit back and listen and learn. And I don't focus so much on participating in the ritual. I focus more on the learning aspect of it. And then I can go back and do the ritual myself later, because I have that extra. I have that extra 24 hours after she does her live. So any questions, as usual, just pop them in the comments, or send them to me in a private message if you're not comfortable. But pretty much if you've got a question, somebody else has got a question. I'm really hoping that you guys are going to hopefully get a little more interactive with this. I know before we were kind of just going over my backstory and stuff, so there wasn't really a lot to be interactive with. But now that we're, this bug in here, now that we're actually into a little bit more of the learning stuff, I'm hoping you guys are going to, have lots of questions for me. Because like I said, I am, and like for today, I skipped over a bunch of stuff that we're going to have to go back to. We're going to have all the zodiac signs to go back to. We're going to have full moon and new moon rituals to go back to. We're going to have, all kinds of things to go back to from today and go over. So we do have a few more minutes left, and there was just a couple of things I wanted to go over real quick. We're going to try to go over a couple more of these stones that I have, the gemstones. I have 4 left from my original purchase, and then I have a whole nother collection that keeps coming in, and again, I've placed more orders. So I'm going to just try to go over these last 4. That's another thing. If you have crystals, sorry, get excited. If you have crystals, tonight is the night to put them out. You want to get them cleansed and charged. The full moon is an awesome time to do that. And again, we will cover cleansing stones, all the different ways you can do it. There's a lot of different opinions around it, but there are basically 4 ways to cleanse a stone. I always do it through the moon. So full moon, I get all my crystals, and I have a big, sorry, my alarm for work. I have a big dresser in my room that is all windows behind it, and it's right where the full moon comes up. So it is perfect for me. I just put them all out there. And when I say all my crystals, I take off my rings, I take off my necklace, I take off whatever I got for earrings. Anything that is a gem crystal stone, it goes there. So my bracelets will go on there. I have a couple of different bracelets that are going to go on there. Because normally a lot of that stuff I don't take off. But on a full moon, that all comes off and it all goes in the window. It all gets, so the moon is going to cleanse them and recharge them. So you're getting the best of both worlds by basically just setting them out. Some people do set them out directly outside. I don't. I think we have too many things that would carry them off around here. Chipmunks, squirrels, birds, whatever. So I'm not chancing putting mine outside, but I really am lucky that I have a really perfect spot in my room to put them. And again, we will go over some of these other things, but there are certain crystals that you wouldn't want to keep in your room on a regular basis, because they're energy crystals, and your room is where you want to sleep. So again, lots of different things we can talk about different crystals, but again, it's another blue stone. So this is an indigo agate. All right. And I know it's hard to see, guys. I apologize. I'm going to figure this whole lighting thing out. And especially where the sun and the season is changing and the light is changing, it's just really struggling for me. I think I may just need to get like a spotlight set up for this. So this is another priestessing stone, which again, my azurite, which is blue, is a priestess stone, and it's for awakening the third eye. The indigo agate is a powerful stone that is used to awaken ancient wisdom. It brings forth knowledge and power of the ancestors. So again, like I said, you're going to see a lot of my stones are geared towards that third eye and the ancestors and wisdom, and so my third eye and my crown. I do believe I have a couple coming for my throat chakra. I did buy a chakra set, which we will go over, but you'll see, again, mine are kind of going to be, different from what your stone or your gem collection may look like. So again, this is just to hold to your third eye during meditation. And just if you are going to meditate with a stone on your third eye, you can go ahead and lay down and meditate. And so you don't have to hold it there. You can lay down and place it on your forehead and just leave it there during your meditation. Because to me, holding this up to your head and keeping your arm up there is not really going to put you in a very relaxing state of mind. So in meditating, we'll go over too. And again, there's really no right or wrong way. There are lots of suggested ways. There are lots of ways that are proven to work for a lot of different people. So, I'm going to probably go over the basics. But again, you can always change things for how you feel you need to do it. So this one, I went over one of them with you, but I had two. And so I put them, if I have stones that are the same, I'm trying to put them in the same bag. So we went over this one, I believe. But this was my new one. So again, you can see this is a tumbled stone. So it's nice and smooth. And then this is raw. So this is shiny and this is not. They do sometimes have sparkly. If you turn them in the light, you'll catch glimpses of sparkly and stuff. But they're not shiny and smooth. They look more like a rock that you would just find outside. So this is the one I believe I already had gone over with you. And this is the new one. But like I said, I'm trying to put them together so I, keep track of what I'm buying and not buying duplicates. But I am happy that I do have a tumbled and a raw. It's good for me and it's good for you guys to show you. But so this is a bloodstone. So it's a stone of healing and rejuvenation. Bloodstones helps heal injuries, improve circulation, temper pain or discomfort from various ailments. It also brings mental and emotional peace. So this is going to be for your heart chakra or your root chakra. So your heart chakra is right here. So again, ladies, if you wanted to take the tumbled and just go ahead and put it right in the bra right there, this, would be a good one for that. You can put it in a pouch and carry it in your pocket, or again, you can always have any of these items in a jewelry form. But if you wanted to, like I said, just put that right in your bra so it is right next to your heart chakra. This is a good stone for that. So that was the bloodstone. And again, all of them come with a little piece of sage in there. When these stones come, they are cleansed. Athena has them all cleansed before she sends them out. But even that, somebody has handled them. Somebody has touched them. So it's really a good idea to just go ahead and give them a quick cleanse again, which I really haven't worked too much with any of these stones. I did incense cleanse them real quick, but they're going to all go out on my dresser tonight for the moon, and then I'll really start working with them. But again, I didn't really work with them too much because I wanted to show you guys first anyway. All right, so this is a violet aurora quartz, and it's a very pretty one. And again, sorry. It is a purpley color. It's hard for you to tell, but it is a purpley color. I think right in there you can kind of get the light and see that it's a purple. All right, so this stone brings major crown chakra and magnifies and intensifies all energy. So again, it's a quartz, so that is what it's going to do. That's what quartz do, is magnify and intensify the energies. And it throws open the channel to the spirits. Its magic is bolstered by the aurora treatment of iridium and gold. All right, so you're going to hold that to your crown chakra, which is going to be like right at the crown of your head. So, it is what it says it is. It's the crown chakra. And you hold there during spiritual work. Obviously, this is not something you can put on your head and walk around with unless you are comfortable wearing a tiara or crown, which some of you may be. But again, if you're meditating, you can put it there and it will kind of stay, and you could leave it there for meditating. That you would have to be sitting up. The violet aurora quartz has a whole ritual that goes with it called the violet flame. And so that, again, I think I've mentioned that before. That will be a live that we will do at some point too. It's very interesting. I was very interested in the violet flame. There's a whole guided meditation for it. I did it. It was hard for me because the meditation and the experience I thought was amazing, because I have a really hard time with visualizing things, and so that's one of the things I'm going to eventually end up having to work on, is visualizing. But I have a really hard time visualizing. That's why guided meditations are good for me. And I tell you, it was pretty amazing. But the lady that does it, her voice, not so much. I'm trying to find it by a different narrator, and I haven't found one yet. So, all right. So this is the last stone of the original purchase that I made, and this is what is it's called a gold stone. It's obviously not gold. But if you really could see it, you can see there's like little teeny flecks in it. I don't know if you guys are picking it up, because you're picking up my window again. See the little flecks? There's little teeny flecks in there. Right there, see them? All right, so that's the gold stone. So a stone that channels and conducts energy. Blue goldstone opens the third eye and develops intuition. Green goldstone heals and brings wellness. So then this is just a goldstone, but they're telling you, I guess, there's a blue, there's a green, and there's an orange. So green goldstone heals and brings wellness. Orange goldstone encourages creativity. So that would be one if you're an artist or songwriter, poet, crafter of any type. You might want an orange goldstone. I'm not a crafter. I would like to think that I am, but I'm really not. It's just really not my thing. I've tried a couple of different crafting projects. I've tried wire wrapping jewelry and all that, and it is not my calling. So who out there can do it? Thank you, because I cannot. So that is the gold stone. So like I said, that is the end of the original stones that I bought. I still have plenty more to go over. I did end up putting the pictures on the album on Facebook, just because now that I'm getting into having so many of them, I'm trying to make sure that I don't double purchase anything unless I can go back and say, okay, well, I have a tumbled and I want a raw or something like that. So it's not just for you guys, it is for me too. So when I'm purchasing, I can kind of keep track and not end up buying a bunch of different things when I'm buying online. You will notice if you are in a store when there are crystals, sometimes you just come across one and you're like, I don't know what it is, but this guy needs to come home with me, and I already have 4 of them, but they're coming home with me. I have that problem with amethyst. Um, I just tend to buy them, even though I have 6 or 7 of them. I just still tend to buy them. But amethysts are really great to put all over your house. And again, we'll talk about those and things. But if you ever have a nice big chunk of amethyst, you should set one near your front door and your back door. Do you want to know why? You'll have to come back and find out later. All right. So, watch Athena's live tonight if you can. If you can't, you can go back and watch it later. Try to go out around 11:15, 11 o'clock, and see if you can get a picture of the full moon. If you can't, just go out and look at it. But if you do take a picture, please share it. I'd love to see it. And losing stuff here. I had another giveaway that I wanted to do, and I don't know what I did with it. All right, well, it's a free sample of perfume, and I will find it and post a picture of it, because I don't know what the heck I did with it. I try to keep all my stuff together, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So I don't know where I put it. But it's a free sample of perfume. So again, it's just a little perfume, but it's a free sample. And so basically, to get entered into the drawing for that, you're going to add, we have 3 days, and you're going to add 3 members. So for every 3 members you add, your name goes in. So again, just trying to help me build my group and our community. But, you know, I don't want you just to do work for me and not have some chance of a reward. So I'm going to try to, you know, help you, help me. All right, so I'll post a picture of it. I have it somewhere. I just have to find it. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So when I get on for Thursday morning's live, I will announce who the winner is of that sample of perfume. And again, I'll post it so you know what the sample is and everything. But it's one of Athena's, and it's an essential oils perfume. So again, it's not just like a perfume I got at Avon or at the drugstore or something like that. It's an essential oils perfume. I believe it's Transformation, which, you know, would have been better at the new moon, but hey, it's a free sample, right? So, giveaway, 3 days, add 3 people. For every 3 people you add, you get your name put into a drawing. We're going to watch the live tonight if we can. We're going to take a picture of the moon. We're going to ask some questions and make some comments below, and I'm going to answer them, right? All right, so I think that's it. We've gone over the last of the first set of stones, and we've gone over the full moon and real basic. And I'm going to post that picture of the moon diagram for you. If there's any other links anybody wants for anything, please let me know. Our next live will be Thursday morning. So as of right now, I do not have anything scheduled for Thursday as of right now. So I will be picking something in the next probably 24 to 48 hours, because I need to make sure I do my research and tell you guys correctly. But if you got anything you're interested in, again, pop in and let me know. But right now, what's coming to my mind, which is usually how I plan things, it's just what comes next in my head, is spirit animals. So maybe we'll talk about spirit animals. Those are always fun. Everybody loves those. So, you know, I try to do a little serious teaching and a little fun teaching. And hopefully you guys are having fun anyway. All right, so with that, I am going to head off to work, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And remember, always be kind to everybody. It's free and it is contagious. So thank you. Lots of love, ladies.